So just to give you a sense of the implications of COVID beyond the fact that we have a couple of thousand people a day dying. And I say that as just a prelude to and there's actually some very good writing. Hopefully we'll have Alex Perrine on this week. He wrote a great piece about this, but I've seen some others. Basically saying, like, you hear all these people complaining about how much they're having to give up for COVID, as if COVID is listening.
As if everything's not open right now. As if bars, as if restaurants, as if gyms, as if concerts, as if sports events aren't all open right now.
Everything is open. Everything is open.
And we're in New York, and everything's open.
Yeah. And everything is open, but people are talking as if like COVID, like here's
McDonald's to go.
Here is Bari Weiss on with Bill Maher. And it's amazing, like, you know,
in California, where everything is also open. Sorry, Matt.
Here she say these are two people of the left.
Oh,
supposedly.
Yes, here we go.
I'm done.
With this question?
No, I'm done with COVID. I'm done. It's like I went so hard on COVID. I
remember.
Sprayed the Pringles cans that I bought at the grocery store, stripped my clothes off because I thought COVID would be on my clothes. Like, I did it all. I watched Tiger King. I got to the end of Spotify. Like, we all did it, right?
No, we did not do it.
Well, here's the thing. A lot of us did do it. And then we were told, you get the vaccine. You get the vaccine and you get that.
Pause it for 1 second. I mean, just think about it like this. Like, this is honestly the type of conversations I had with my 8-year-old son. You told me that we were going to go skating today. I'm sorry, the ice skating rink is not open today. They've got another function. But you told me that we were going ice skating. You promised. Yeah. You lied to me. Well, no, I didn't lie to you. I thought we were going to be able to go, but it turns out that they have ice skating. They have hockey practice at this time. You lied to me. I mean, this is what she sounds like.
It's a mix of that, and it's a mix of every rich, pretentious person, if you've ever met them at a cocktail party too, right? Like, the concept of her doing COVID, or whatever she describes it as, is her having to wipe down her Pringles cans and watch Tiger King. A reminder of the ramifications of COVID, as opposed to like you having to watch Netflix and washing your groceries for the first month of the pandemic. The frontline workers who are most affected by this, they're the ones doing COVID. The people who actually have to treat COVID patients, the cancer patients whose hospital beds are taken up because there are so many COVID patients, the nurses that have to deal with it, the people who are working at McDonald's or whatever food store that you buy your food from, they're the ones doing COVID.
Parents
not
having
Bari
to figure
Weiss.
out how they're going to take care of their kids when they've got to go in for work. Parents who've got to deal with their kids who lose their parents.
We have
hundreds
more
of
orphans in this country than
orphans.
yes.
Yeah, I said this yesterday. I said I'm so done with COVID people, and some guy responded to me, an adult I presume, like, what do you want me to wear a mask forever? And it's like, how about just when there's a pandemic, like putting the hospitals under strain, you fucking baby?
Oh my God! And meanwhile, she's sitting on a TV set 4 feet away from somebody, as if like you could look at this from the last time she was on this show. Which I don't know, as far as I know, was last week. I don't watch Bill Maher. She could be on every week, as far as I know. And there is no difference. There is no discernible. I had to wear a mask on the airplane out here in first class. It was so difficult. Or I had to take a test. I had to stick something up my nose. Is there any more to this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The aggrievement continues for this wealthy woman who went to an Ivy League school and then was on the New York Times. She's the victim.
A lot of us did do it. And then we were told, you get the vaccine.
You
get the vaccine and you get back to normal. And we haven't gotten back to normal. And it's ridiculous at this point.
I want a return society.
The biological data broke its promise to me.
Can I return society? Can I see the manager, please?
I mean, we've returned to evictions. We've ended the pandemic unemployment. Like, a lot of things are getting back to normal.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
All right.
No,
go.
no unemployment benefits for people. No more earned income tax credits
No
for
more
people.
stimmy.
No more stimulus. No. I'm just so oppressed by the fact that they're giving out free masks now.
This is all just Koch brothers boss propaganda, and it's amazing to me how people can't see through it.
Yep. Keep going. Keep going.
Oh, and Bill Maher's eating it up.
Are with me on this, and they do not want to say it out loud because they are scared to be called anti-vax or to be called science denial or to be, smeared as a Trumper. I'm sorry, if you believe the science, you will look at the data that we did not have 2 years ago, and you will find out that cloth masks do not do anything. You will realize that you can show your vaccine passport.
She's a frickin' liar. Cloth masks don't help as much as N95s or KN95s or KF94s, and different types of cloth help more or less. But if I've got to go into a space for 5 minutes, if I've got to run in to the supermarket or into the drugstore or whatever it is.
I mean, I walk to work with my cloth mask.
And if somebody's wearing the cloth mask and I'm wearing the cloth mask and they've been wearing it in that space and I've been wearing it in that space, I get about 5 minutes that I wouldn't otherwise have. So she's lying. But continue. I mean, with it whining about this. You know what? Doctor, you told me that it would take me 6 weeks to recover, but it only took me 4 weeks to recover. I want money back.
And also what cloth masks can do too is limit the viral load. So if there's
stupid.
If you do get COVID and it's going to be a cold like they keep saying it is, which for a lot of people, of course, it's not 2,000 deaths a day. A cloth mask can mitigate that as well.
But it's also at the time, I'm mad that the science, that they didn't have enough data. I've been cheated. This is like a baby talking.
Why didn't the scientists go force the Chicago teachers back into the classrooms? What are we talking about? What actually happened that these people are mad at? They've gotten everything they've wanted, except we still have to wear masks occasionally.
Yeah,
it's just unbelievable.
And you know what? Broadway play. She could do whatever she wants. There's no limitations in this country right now. This isn't other nations have, China's zero COVID policy.
I want 5,000 people dying a day before I feel like I'm free. Continue.
At this point, I know that so many of my liberal and progressive friends are with me on this, and they do not want to say it out loud because they are scared to be called anti-vax or to be called science denial or to be, smeared as a Trumper. I'm sorry, if you believe the science, you will look at the data that we did not have 2 years ago, and you will find out that cloth masks do not do anything. You will realize that you can show your vaccine passport at a restaurant and still be asymptomatic and carrying Omicron. And you will realize, most importantly, that this is going to be remembered by the younger generation as a catastrophic moral crime. The city, which is 80%, I think, minority students, has just announced indefinite virtual schooling. In the past 2 years, we've seen among young girls a 51% increase in self-harm. People are killing themselves.
Self-harm?
They are anxious. They are depressed. They are lonely. That is why we need to end it, more than any inconvenience that it's been.
We need to end it?
It's a pandemic. It's like, at this point, it's a pandemic of bureaucracy. It's a pandemic of bureaucracy. It's not real anymore.
Let's not forget.
You know what I find amazing about this? It is the first time that Bari Weiss is ignoring the official line out of Israel in the history of her writing anything.
Because that's why Eric Weinstein hasn't followed Brett, is because he's like, Israel's really taking this seriously, and they wouldn't do that if they weren't.
Exactly, right? Like you don't hear the right wingers citing Israel anymore because they're on their 4th booster shot, incidentally. It is literally the first time that she has not been citing statistics from Israel, probably since she started to write. Unbelievable.
Also, when she says her progressive and liberal friends, let's be real about who those friends are. It's just another bunch of rich people.
I wonder if she knows anybody with kids.
Yeah.
But she's so worried about the kids. I'm so worried about the kids. I'm so worried about the kids. Not so much of the 10%, the 100,000 that got long COVID last week. Last week.
Also, what does she want to do for Flint? Does she want to, like, give a bunch of federal funding to these schools in addition to Flint that are all, like, really struggling?
How many articles did she write when she was at the New York Times in the most prominent editorial platform maybe in the world? How many articles did she write about the mercury poisoning? The lead poisoning. You literally had a massive jump in special needs requirements at schools in Flint because of the lead poisoning of those kids. How many of her articles were dedicated to that? But now all of a sudden she's worried about the kids.
And that's all these people. But by the way, they find something like, look at me. This is my concern. No, it's not. You're using it as a rhetorical concept.
Yeah, I'm going to use the kids as a bludgeon to basically kill other people. It really is disgusting. It's disgusting.
And it's way outside the IDW too. There's all sorts of people going in for this line these days.
Oh my God. Yeah, it's everywhere. It's all these really thoughtful people.
Door.